It's like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision.
Good morning, guys. Mega GMs. Welcome to the Swarm Report. It is November 3rd. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh, my God, dude. Fun weekend. Fun. Hey, dude, we had a fun past week here. Fuck the market for now. We'll get to that, but we had a fun last week leading into the holiday weekend. Fun weekend, I hope, for everybody. Hope everybody had a great Halloween. And we're right back at it again. Market maybe not looking as great as we left it. Hey, AI is a different story, though. It's been a great week if you're in the crypto AI space, right? All of a sudden, virtuals season, I still kind of think it's season 4, but virtual season 3, season 4, all of a sudden looking, I don't know, like every bit as good as we thought it could look and as big as we thought it could get. And look, I think we've only realized like a fraction of where it can go. All eyes are on AI right now and robotics, and just put it all together and you're talking virtuals. All eyes on virtuals right now. Great to see. Great for the projects building there. Great for the virtuals team. We got some fun stuff to get into here today. Some quick GMs, and let's do quick updates on what we're going to be doing today. Hoods is here. Good morning to you, dude. Nice and early for you. Dude, like an hour early almost. Good to see you, China, though. Good morning, sir. Bummer we lose you, though. I know, like, your seasonal thing. It's been cool. It's always cool having you here for the early show. But you know, you catch the replays, right? Drop King, good morning. Gravity, good morning. Good morning to you, he. Man, I'm excited for today. We're live on Abstract. We're live on X. I'm gonna get a tweet out here over on the X side. Abstract doesn't look like it's totally live yet. Not totally working on that, but live on YouTube. Quick heads up for you guys, like especially about YouTube. We talked about it just over the weekend on my stream, but I got to mention it here. It's actually really, really important. Okay, so smash a like wherever you're watching. Come over to YouTube, subscribe over here. It's CryptoSlam on YouTube. YouTube has put out some new guidelines, and it's not super clear, but some guidelines around digital collectibles. No, I'm trying to think of their exact wording, but like TLDR, YouTube's new terms make it sound like you're not allowed to talk about NFTs, or it's going to be age restricted, meaning people have to sign into YouTube to see it. I don't know if it means blocking / banning YouTube videos or accounts. I don't know, but that's coming up the 2nd or 3rd week of November where this new policy takes effect. Again, they specifically called out betting and they called out digital assets. Probably the main like focus for them is like Counter-Strike skins, but we don't know if that means something like this show where we don't just talk AI, we talk NFTs as well, right? And of course, we'll mention the prices. And of course, sometimes we've got alpha, right? We see stuff early. We're here every day, so we often see things early. So of course, we talk about it. It's not the focus of the show. The focus of the show is not buy this now, 2x it tomorrow, right? It's not what we do. We talk about the space. So I don't know if that rule, if the new guidelines are going to impact this show, but they might. So because of that, it's really, really important to be following along in all of the locations, right? So yes, YouTube, I kind of think we're going to be okay. I do. I kind of think that they're going to focus on like the heavy gambling kind of platforms. I think. Mufasa, good morning. Hang on, let me go get this tweet out here. But like to that point, it's really important to be following along all these other accounts. By the way, Dr. MSH coming on the show today. Can't freaking wait. I am pretty sure they will be our most returning guest on the show. This will be their 3rd time on. Yeah, this will be their 3rd time on the show, which is like such a treat for me because I like them so much, right? And I see a lot of potential in that project, and I'm so happy to see their success here. Yeah, hype for this thing. But a member of Slam Nation as well. And I'm gonna show you Slam Nation because if you're a builder, you should be in Slam Nation as well. I'm gonna get this tweet out here, and then we do Slam Nation. But make sure you're following the Swarm_AI. Again, you got to follow these accounts because we might have a problem with YouTube if they enforce those guidelines. So again, follow the swarm_AI. CryptoSlam.io. Okay, post is out. Let me share it in the chat here. Okay. He new to AI stuff, like kind of newer to the virtual stuff. I feel like I saw your name this weekend. Were you in my stream this weekend? Guys, there is something happening. We're getting new people in AI for sure. I say this about shows a lot, like doing this stream, and I do the stream. I stream 7 days a week. I got an edge because of that, and you have an edge too if you're watching, right? Because we get really used to like the names in the chat, and I get used to looking at the numbers, like the views, and like so I look at it and I can spot trends. Ooh, hang on. This is a kind of interesting story we'll bring up. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to ask Dr. CryptoSage when he comes on the show. ChatGPT will no longer provide health or legal advice. I wonder if that applies if you have an agent that's built off of ChatGPT that is giving like counseling and it's kind of health advice, kind of not quite. I'm kind of curious about that now. Okay. Show tweeted. Let me drop in the chat. Okay, you weren't on the stream. Okay, so dude, I got to tell you, man, new people are coming to virtuals. It's happening. It's literally happening, guys. So now I've seen at least 3 people that coming new to AI, crypto. Maybe you've been around this space, but haven't put a focus on the projects and the tokens, and they're starting to pay attention. Virtual season 4, 3, whatever. It's gonna be pretty freaking hot. Pretty freaking hot. You can feel it. I know the market's not awesome for everybody right now. It's going to be. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. Should post the top. Oh, that'd be sweet, man. Hey, dude, Sober, that's a great idea, man. I might do that on it. I've got a different show during the week. That might be perfect. That might be perfect, dude. I like that. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this moving, and I want to just talk Slam Nation real quick. Because coming up in again 25 minutes is Dr. Emma Sage. 2 members of the team too. They've got a new hire as of the past like month or so. So I think we're gonna meet somebody new from the team here, which I can't freaking wait. But like I said, a member of Slam Nation, if you're building, and I am talking to the builders out there, or I'm talking to you guys too, if you're friends with builders, and I think at this point most people are, right? Like we've just all built out our own networks, and people building in this space. Look, if you're building, and it could be dashboards, it could be alpha, it could be an agent, it could be a trading tool, anything in the AI space that you need blockchain data, we got it. CryptoSlam's not just NFT data, it's everything on chain. And we spent the last few years focusing on Base and on ETH, ingesting everything, all of it. We got all of that data, not via an API, we collected it. And that allows us to make these proprietary algorithms, metrics, that we can use to bake the best alpha and the best signals into your tools. It's incredible stuff, especially something like Wallet DNA that you guys have got some exposure to via the Copilot tool, right? You can see how early people got into a trade right on Deck Screener, right on Gecko Terminal. You can see how big their bag is. You can see how good of a trader they are. Is that somebody to be following because they're in profit and they're out trading the others in that token? You see it. You see it at a glance. You see their reputation as a holder. And you can get all of that through SlamAI. You can do it with a Copilot too, but if you're building something and want that to help power your tools, you use this. Come into Slam Nation. It's, what do I call it? We're a gang. Yeah, we're a gang. It's like the fucking nerdiest gang of developers, but it's a gang of developers who are building. Everybody with their own products, but everybody also who's using SlamAI data in that ecosystem. Well, Dr. Emma Sage is one of those. So they're in Slam Nation. You're going to see a lot more Slam Nation builders coming on the show. And we'll also have other shows that focus on those guys. And actually, I think what we're going to end up having is the Slam Nation builders together talking about probably broader topics too. UBI is a big conversation lately. X402, 8004, right? All these things. We can go techie, we can go high-level heady, but that's where we're going, and we're going to do it with some of the smartest people in this space in Slam Nation. Anyways, if you're a builder and you want to get in Slam Nation, pinned link on CryptoSlam, follow that account. But that pinned link or pinned tweet on CryptoSlam, check it out. There's a form to fill out to apply. It'll take you 15 seconds, super quick. We'll bring you in our Slack. You have access to our entire team, our devs, all the other teams as well. And we put our heads together and we get this thing built. Your thing. We're building together. Dude, appreciate that a ton, man. Dude, super, super, super kind of you. Appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you. Freaking awesome. And we'll give you free credits to access the data and start poking around. We really want to help you guys build. Again, you have access to our developers to help you. So come in, Slam Nation. I'll drop a link in the chat. But again, if you're a builder, if you know builders, come in and build. We're going to do this together, and it's going to get spicy. Also, last shield, SlamAI _ or .xyz. Go there, see what we're building. Check out our white paper here. A lot coming. The Slam token's coming. The Slam platform is coming. You also in Slam Nation will get access to the Slam terminal. So a lot coming. All right, let's do it. Let's get to the market. Oh, what are you building, dude? Dude, if this, hit me up. If you're building, come build. Come build. All right, so let's do market real quick because I do want to spend some good time on virtuals before Dr. MSH here. But right, what a great end of the week last week. The China-U.S. trade relations actually improved, right? We got a delay on the tariffs, on the rare earth mineral controls. It's exactly what we needed, but it didn't move the market. It didn't move the market. In fact, if anything, we went the other way. So not what we were thinking, but the setup is there actually to have this incredible, everybody's calling it the Santa rally. The setup's there for it. It's there and we need it because, boy, are we kind of hurting right now, but the setup is there. It looks really good. The biggest worry, the biggest concern we had was tariffs, and those starting to kind of ease in the most important places. Didn't save us for October. Everybody's expecting October. We got to name this stuff, right? We always got to name the, we got to name, we're silly. It's all about narratives here. We got to name the month, right? October was supposed to be October. It wasn't. First down month in 7 years. First down October. Our third worst October for Bitcoin on record here. Was not a great month. All that good news over the month and finished down. And so here we are now into November. And we got to name November now, right? We got to do it. We're starting out not so great. What do we? Yeah, dude. I'm on X. Hang on. Hit me up. You can find me on X. You can DM on any of those accounts, but here on X, Hudah _idiots. Yeah, send me a DM, man. Let's connect. Absolutely. But we got to name November, guys. You throw out your suggestions. I don't think anybody's going to beat, I think, the suggestion. And it was right in front of us, dude. It was right in front of us. What do we call November? We were going to say like Moonvember. What else do we have? Everybody's got their take on what November is going to be. There you go. Hoods nailed it. That's it. It's right in front of us. It's November's. No, it's fucking no. It's November. It was right in front of us. That's it. It's officially November. We're going to milk this thing all month long. It's it. This is the month. And you know what? It works both sides. Because if it cooks, if this market sends, and it really could this month, this stuff can turn so fast, guys. If it turns this month, it's the flip side. It's going to be the bears screaming. Or it's like no in disbelief. We got a big old cook ahead of us, guys. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. Right now, here you go. Here's how we're looking. In fact, let's refresh real quick. I'm going to spoil a little coming ahead, though. We're in the best spot to be in right now. AI, crypto, robotics. You can just replace all of it and say virtuals. Virtuals is going to be the most special part of the run coming up here. Anyway, quick look. Bitcoin back over 108. We'll take it. A lot of red, though. ETH 37, yikes. Ripple 242, BNB 1022, Solana 176. Not great. Could be a lot worse. I remain optimistic. The robots. The robot meta is, I kind of downplayed it a bit and I was wrong. It's going to be hot. There's going to be opportunities. I just don't think it's exciting, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what people with money think, and I think they think it's going to be pretty damn hot. Quickly as well, ETFs Friday, 191 million outflows over on Bitcoin. On ETH, I think we're going to see about the same. Let's see, 98 million outflows. Solana's been a different story. New Solana ETF is the best performing new ETF of the year. And there we go. It, opposite the other guys, actually saw inflows, 44.5 million inflows. So very, very interesting. Again, market's down. Why, guys? Why is the market down over the weekend? Very specifically, we have a reason here, and it's Scott Bessent on an interview with CNN. talking about that some areas of the market here, and we're talking broader here, not so great. Maybe parts of the market actually in a recession, and kind of specifically the housing market is one of those things he called out. And worried that if we do get more rate cuts and they're not guaranteed, now the longer the government shutdown goes, the less guaranteed it is. I still think we're getting rate cuts this year. I think the government's reopened soon. I hope it's hopium. But we get rate cuts, and if we can get significant rate cuts, great for the housing market. We send if the housing market cooks. We do. And I heard this from the CIO of BlackRock, very specifically. It's the one thing he said, if that turns around, if that cooks, game on. And I'm hoping for it. We all are. We're supposed to get some jobs numbers today. I don't know with the government shutdown if we do. I think we do. But we're supposed to have a Friday report that comes out today about jobs. So some jobs data. Maybe it doesn't come till later this week, but this report was from Friday, released this week. This is so interesting, Mufasa. Stocks are on fire. There's a lot out there that's super hot right now, and everybody's scratching their head. Why not crypto? Why not here? There is a reason, and we know the reason. We've talked about it here, but there is a very specific reason crypto's not doing as well. It's honestly, it's how mature crypto has gotten. Right? For now, though, everybody's just coming up with their predictions, what we do when we're bored. Also, we got smart guy. Mando's one of the smartest dudes out there. I buy his takes. Sovereign, dude, yes. Not missing that. I'll drop a link to that in just a minute here. But Mando with a great take. I think we're all on the same page. We chop for another month or so. And that might be, when he says a month or so, might be 2 weeks, might be 6 weeks. We don't know. This can change so fast. But he's right. Everybody's crying right now. It's the end of the cycle. Everybody's crying, dude. My friend groups, I got some smart friends, and a lot of them saying it's over. And everybody's expecting one last pump. Even the guys saying it's over, they're like, it's over. We get another pump, but it's done. Get out of here by then. I'm not there, man. I'm not there. I'm not. I think I am expecting a lot more fun ahead of us. I'm not saying years, but I do think further out than Q1 of next year. We'll see. Again, nobody knows anything. I don't know. It's also narrative driven at this point, and we do have catalysts coming, so there's a lot to be optimistic about. But that I buy into. The Santa rally I buy. But why this can change so fast? Look, okay, we got Steak and Shake announcing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's a nothing burger, but it's fun. But also, look, part of what was driving this cycle and some of the hype here was the United States creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which we did. But we didn't ever come up with how it'll be funded. We never came up with any kind of plan for how we're going to buy Bitcoin. And the goal was to buy, dude, what was it? Was it 100,000 Bitcoin a year for the next 5 years? Or 200? I think it was 200,000 Bitcoin a year. If those numbers are off, I think they're right. I think that's what it was. And we don't have that implemented yet. We don't even have any kind of bill passed. We don't have that plan. That is a market-moving plan. If and when it comes. And I'm more on the if side now than when. But that's how quickly things can change. When the government's reopened, it's game on with legislation, with the Clarity Act, getting some real market structure. Game on. That can move this market. I expected. Oh, I like that. We are the reserve. Yeah, I like that. But here's what we know. The focus here is to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. Donald Trump says we already are, which I'm not sure I feel and agree with. Maybe we are. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of building going on. Very close to it, so I know, right? And you guys know. A lot of building going on behind the scenes. A lot. But Trump's saying we will be the number one for crypto in the world. Again, he said it during a 60 Minutes interview. And it will be at some point. Again, this is what we've been missing from this cycle, but where's that arms race? Where's that race to accumulate the most Bitcoin? Because it's too much of a security risk to not. It didn't happen. We were betting it would happen. It didn't happen yet. But is that the reason we're not sending right now? No. Matt Hogan retweeted this article from Jordy Visser. It's a great read. It's not new. We've talked about exactly this story before, not this write-up, but exactly what he's talking about. And I'll tell you what it is. He's saying that what's happening right now, and it's actually very healthy, it's the old Bitcoin whales selling their Bitcoin and doing it responsibly, right? There's so much more volume. There's so much more money coming into crypto, and these guys are very smartly exiting during these times because they're not going to crush the price. They don't want to crush the price. It's really smart how they're doing it. But this is the changing of the guard. Again, we've seen this talked about on the timeline for a couple of months at least now, that's what's happening here. It's exactly what's happening. It's why Bitcoin's not moving the way we expected. If these guys were holding, I'm talking the giga whales, like a guy they mentioned here. We remember this also a couple months back. One person sold $9 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's because we're seeing that happen over and over and over and over. These old Bitcoin OGs who are finally turning over their Bitcoin, and it's institutions gobbling it up. And it's keeping us from going to what? 150, 175, that 200K, big old milestone we were hoping for. The reason it's not happening, it might be this, and it sounds like it's this, and it would make sense that it's this. That Bitcoin's being sold. And at some point, that does stop. You've got this consolidation period, and it goes on, he says, for usually, this is great, by the way. He compared it to IPOs. And he said, they've seen this before. This isn't something to be scared about. This is normal. You see an IPO, you see a period afterward, investors are out. Investors get out because they were in early during the IPO, and directly after they're starting to get out. And so you have this big consolidation phase. And then it's usually 6 to 12 to 18 months after that you resume maybe price discovery. Now, because crypto moves so fast, it probably happens faster. And so he's saying here, he thinks we're at the 6-month mark of that. But again, 6 months in crypto might be 12 to 18 months in the real world. It moves faster. We're 24/7. So all that to say, man, at some point, this does stop. At some point, those old Bitcoin whales run out of Bitcoin. They've locked in their forever future, their generational wealth, and they're good, and they've moved on. And now you have new holders who are looking to do the same thing. And they're looking to realize that 10x that we'll still see in crypto. Over the next 10 years, we will see a 10x in Bitcoin specifically. And that's what's happening right now. It's why Bitcoin's not performing like the rest of the stock market that is on fire. It's because people selling at an incredible rate right now. It's a great article. Let me drop it in the chat. Definitely worth the read. There you go. The PSYOP was Cypherpunk selling their bags to the suits to hold the bag. I think it's more than a theory, Mufasa. I think you're spot on. It's that. That was the plan. Dump on the institutions' heads. They always said that. Everyone was clear. Okay, so I think we got an opportunity in the market. I'm going to start moving kind of quick. We got 8 minutes. But look, man, some spicy bets on Predict Base. I made my bet on Predict Base. You got some spicy bets on Poly Market. Do you take those bets? Do you bet the Bitcoin gets to what? 130K this year? 40 cents to make a buck? I'll take it. I made that bet. On Predict Base. 30 cents, turn it into a buck. I'll make that bet. We got the MetaMask token drop coming. I don't think this year, but just to clarify this too, with the MetaMask rewards, MetaMask linear rewards, $30 million worth of that token is not the Mask token. Totally separate. You guys probably got a Mask stimmy coming still. You probably got a pump stimmy coming. They updated their banner. They're clearly showing airdrop, I think. I think they're signaling airdrop. I hope. Maybe not. But we got the pump token coming. We got the C token coming next year. We have a lot of big token drops still coming, and I hope one of these guys gets it right. I hope they all get it right. But no matter what, up and to the right is still where we go. It is. I'm sorry, it is. You're not going to convince me we're done and bear market's incoming. It is coming at some point. It's not now. It's not yet. And if there's one place to be focusing, you know where it is. Artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, and robotics will save America's future. All of that lives on virtuals. You could kind of even say Bitcoin. You could kind of even say that in a way. But AI and robotics saves our future. I won't get deep. This is a deeper conversation. We spent a lot of time this weekend talking about that. It's going to get very weird out there, man. Very weird. And because of that stuff, and the opportunities around AI and robotics is going to be ridiculous, I will stay plugged into virtuals. All right, you got coming up in 3 hours? I think 3 hours. Tom Lee and Ethermage talking virtuals and AI. Yeah. This is a must listen. Virtuals is on a different stage. They are. Virtuals is different. Virtuals is his main character. Virtuals still has the potential to be talked about like Hyperliquid, right? You know what I mean? Like a main and like a pump fund, like a main platform of the cycle. Virtuals is that. They're definitely that. They got the potential to be that, and even token price on par with that. It has that kind of potential still. So keep plugged in here, man. Super freaking important. You've got every meta here. Like I said, AI, yes. Robotics, yes. Neobanks, privacy. Both of those metas on virtuals too. Also put them together and you've got probably the killer meta. You probably got the killer platform. A neobank, which is VPay. We're going to get them back on the show, by the way. Been chatting with them again. I love those guys. But you're going to have VPay as a neobank. Their token is on fire. You got to buy into this one via Genesis over the summer. And then Mute Swap, a privacy swap that it sounds like Virtual is going to be integrating right into their ecosystem. Make private swaps via the butler, maybe? Come on, man. Can't beat that. Some kind of partnership here with VPay. Watch this. I'd be watching this closely. And clearly people are. These guys are they're cooking in that engagement game. Love that. Robotics, Vader. They made a little pivot from smart glasses, right? Training data for robots using smart glasses, right? Gamifying that with points. Now you don't need the smart glasses. You can do it with your phone, tablet, whatever. Kind of need to do that to keep up with Virtuals, who's now doing the same thing. And theirs is just iPhone, right? You didn't need smart glasses. So Vader, nice update here. Really smart update. We got the robot meta here, man. And the robot meta just starting. And big launches still coming to Virtuals, guys. Reply Core coming. We'll dive more into actually, I could even blitz through them in just a few minutes. So let's do that. But big launches coming, man. Keep your eyes on this one. We'll get them on the show too, chatting with those guys. We'll get them on. Even outside of Virtuals, though, a lot of people coming, treasures coming to base and coming to AI. This meta is just starting to heat back up, just starting. You're really early on this. Quickly, total AI agent market cap, bigger than agent. Let's just say agent. Let's say AI market cap, 8 bill. Down with the rest of the market here. I'm not going to go token by token. Instead, let's just do a quick review of what's coming up on Virtuals. Real quick. Because we do have new agents launching. Even this week. Some decent ones here. GRD agent. This one, I'll say this, makes no sense. I can't wrap my head around what this one is. I can't. I want to. I can't do it. Description is we're reinventing semiconductor design and verification. And then when I read through it, it's video and image generation. I don't understand this one. I'm not going to go any deeper in that. I'm just going to tell you, I don't understand this one. I'm probably passing on that. Small thing, robot swarms that go and collect data about microplastics in the ocean. I like it. We're getting some really cool, innovative stuff. All that matters is, can the team build it? Can the team deliver? That's what matters the most. That's why I try to get teams on this show. Everybody's got great white papers. That's not the hard part. The hard part's building the thing and then making the partnerships and deals to sell the thing. That matters more. So it's why it's important these guys get on this show. But Small Things Live, actually right now, AMAI, super interesting. This looks like agents that trade. I like it. They're coming on the show Wednesday, by the way. I meant to say that earlier, but on the show on Wednesday, we got these guys coming on. Who else we got? Again, we're racing through this real quick, just giving a quick surface overview. Run Sand, it's decentralized compute. You can run a node on your device, your PC, your phone, apply it towards these maybe LLMs, AI tools. We'll skip that, not because just so I can move along. Where did ShopX go? Huh. All right. Okay. Repo is the spiciest thing coming up. I'll say that. Repo, it is a repo of data to train your agentic platforms on. So your agent or your LLM in this decentralized database. Actually like Repo a lot. I think this is probably going to be your hottest launch coming up here. Nothing else is catching my attention. Again, ShopX I thought was interesting. This is now their 4th time, I think, delaying it, which is good. Delay it if it's not ready. But I think Will has put ShopX maybe in the D tier, somewhere in that ballpark. I probably got him right about the same. Let's see that product and how it's going to work and whatnot. But this is now, I think, their 4th time delaying. Need to check in and see See how those guys are going. All right, we got the Dr. Emma Sage team here. I can't freaking wait, man. This is great. Hey, give me a thumbs up whenever you're ready, man. Hey, this guy's born ready. I can tell he's just like that. All right, let's bring you up. There we go. Welcome, dude. Good to see your face.
Finally back again.
Hell yeah. Hell. Oh, we got Jonathan here too. Jonathan, you good to come up? Do it. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. I think he's good. I'm watching. Here, should I just bring him up?
Yeah, sure. Bring it up.
All right, cool. Boom.
Sorry,
Jonathan, welcome.
To do a thumbs up. Yeah, it's my first time using
It's
this
just like a
platform.
rule. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
good to see you. Good to meet you. You expanded the team, huh?
Vian expanded the team. He just invited me to this brilliant project and asked me how my skills can impact things, and here we are. Yeah.
That's beautiful. It's such a cool project. Why don't we do this? Because I think most people. Well, okay, I was gonna say I think most people here are familiar with Dr. Emma Sage. But that said, I've noticed over the past week, like the AI meta's really started heating back up, and there's definitely new people coming. Like I've been getting people in the chat saying they're just learning about virtuals for the first time. So why don't we even start with a great Dr. Emma Sage shill?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you who haven't heard about Emma or what it is, or what makes Emma different from all the other AI counselors or just ChatGPT, is the fact that we have a hybrid system. So from the outset, we mentioned and we realized that AI is not able to provide counseling or any therapeutic services to that end, because AI does not have emotional understanding, and that's exactly what's needed for counseling. So we acknowledge the limitations of AI, and we say let's use AI as a gateway to counseling, because AI is really great at reflective listening and mimicking, and with the right training you could get it to a really good point where you almost think, okay, maybe this is counseling, but there will be times where you realize, okay, no, it is just the normal LLM and whatnot. But that's where our hybrid system comes in, is when you fully commit to counseling and you take this route, it really lowers the cost barrier, because what usually happens, you would go for counseling, it would take you 2 or 3 or 4 sessions just to build that report and really get to the actual issues. So what we are saying is chat to Emma about all of your stuff for a week. We'll send all of that chats to your counselor. She'll evaluate it. And then by the time you get to your counselor session, that counselor already, she read all your chats. She knows, it's almost like she knows you from the start. So the counselor jobs becomes much easier, because now it's just a matter of building that report with you and getting straight into the detailed stuff and really giving you good feedback on what was said. So that's the basis of Dr. Emma, and what we, and our goals here is just to make it more accessible for everyone, and crypto allows that, because launching this traditionally Web 2 in South Africa would take us years to get to a global market, unless something major happens or whatever. But that's basically Emma. And Jono here, he joined the team because if you don't know, I'm not an actual developer. I'm a lawyer by trade, and I studied law in South Africa. But I started vibe coding, as you could say. And the thing about vibe coding is it's really amazing at building a MVP product. And what an MVP product is, this the minimal viable product to market, just to show people the concept. And this wasn't done overnight. I spent months building this thing, getting to an MVP, finally launched it. Then I actually had something to show to someone. This is my concept. This is what I'm doing. Because from the outset, I knew at some point I'd had to get real developers to actually build this thing out. And this is where Jono and Daniel comes in. So I'm really glad to finally have some real machine learning with formal education behind them. Because once again, AI is great at building a product that works. Once you start digging around the base frameworks, the foundations aren't there. So you can build something amazing in 2 hours and then debug for 2 weeks. That's how it goes. So that's where Jono and them come in. It took him quite a while to go through my repository, but they made a lot of progress with the AWS SageMaker point because we are migrating as well. So yeah, that's basically the rundown of it. Just very excited.
Yeah, well, dude, you've had some cool milestones since we last chatted, right? Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. You're on the base app now, I think?
Not the mini app, but we are. So we haven't officially announced it. So this is actually also a little bit of alpha, but we are available on base app DMs because we integrated with XMTP. So we haven't announced it, like go chat to dremmasage.base.ethereum, just because although the payments worked, you would pay and then it wouldn't actually update the back end. But what makes this cool is that if you already had Emma tokens, we would do an automatic token check in the background on your wallet, and you get free access based on your token access and your tokens that you have in your wallet. But if you didn't have any tokens and you actually pay the subscription, it wouldn't update the back end. But I fixed that now, so it's working, it updates. So if you don't hold Emma and you need to pay for a subscription, it will work now. But most people who will join at this moment probably holds Emma. So yeah, I think the cap is 500,000 Emma or 1 million Emma. I'm not too sure. I think it's 500,000. I'll just go check again. But yeah, she'll respond. And we also have a freemium tier now. So if you don't have tokens, then you get 5 free messages per week. So that just brings us closer to the point of providing more access and just getting people a feel for it. So that's all on the base app. We just haven't made official announcement just due to that small little thing we had to fix, but it's done now. So yeah, that's all we follow still.
That's great. It's a big step. You okay? Now this I know I'm right, but you guys got a base builders grant. That was maybe a month ago. It was a little while back, but again, it's just been a bit since we had chatted. So like big moment for you guys there. I saw this was a more recent tweet, but you're up to 600 holders on Emma. It's like you guys are just doing like you're grinding, you're building, and you're hitting all these really, really great milestones. And it's great seeing the community like really noticing. And both the people who've been in early, and again, a lot of the guys here in early. We just saw that special thing, with Emma, especially back then when it was all Genesis. We're like, but prototype makes sense too, man. Like prototype is like, you shouldn't ignore those ones. So a lot of us saw Emma. We're like, yeah, that one's.
But that's the thing. Emma was a prototype at all times back then. It was a prototype. We thought it would probably take a lot longer to bond. And I was fine with that because I had a prototype product. We are really building it out quick now, though, and it's grown exponentially from where we started and up until now. And it's going much quicker now. And since bonding, obviously, we get trading fees as well. So that gives me more freedom because everything launching prototype, what people don't realize is it's not a Genesis launch where we just automatically get 50% of the allocation. Everything that the treasury owns was self-bought, self-funded, everything by myself. So I've been using that tokens to try and expand Emma, and the fees that I get in, I've been trying to expand Emma, and I think I've been doing that. Some might say it's a bit slow, but I feel this has been organic growth over a long time, and that's exactly what counseling it's like. It's not a quick, you send 5 messages and you're fixed. It's a process that you have to go through, and we approach it in the same way.
It is. You said something earlier too, though, that like for me is pretty damn cool. Oh, I did counseling. It's been a long time. I've always thought about starting it up again because it's good. It's good to start talking and processing things. But I remember when I started, it was just you got to find the right fit, right? So I remember talking to a counselor and you start with just, you get like 30 minutes and you have that talk, and you're not getting deep into anything, right? And even the second week, you leave the session, you feel like you didn't get deep enough into anything. And then 3 weeks in, kind of the same. And it's like, as you get further along with them, you finally start getting into, the meat of things, but it takes so long. And if that person's not the right fit, you start over with the next person, right? You meet a new counselor and you're just starting over from scratch and getting to know them and not getting to the real stuff. And you saying how it's these conversations you have with the agent that then builds that report and then it delivers it to a counselor. Dude, it's a lifesaver, and in like, not, I mean, it could be a lifesaver really too, but like it's a big old time saver at the very least. Like super, super cool how it'll package that up, and it does save like a ton of time. So that's pretty damn cool.
But also, just to add to that, because we are crypto based, we built on XMTP, our users can be absolutely sure of privacy of their messages. And just knowing that people open up a lot more. And that's it. And opening up is how you progress in counseling. I know it sounds cliche, but that's how it works. So if our users know it's private, they tend to go, they can go anywhere they'd like. And if you want to allow, and if you agree to the counseling package, then obviously the person reading your chats is the counselor. It's not our developers, it's your counselor that's going to be reading the chat and so forth. And for the future, what we plan is we're going to have a large pool of counselors and try and train each one to mimic, the agent mimics the counselor. So you choose the nationality, you choose someone in your area, you get an agent that's trained on their style just to get you closer to that. If you want to switch, you simply switch to another agent, another counselor. That's end goal. But yeah, just had to mention that as well.
Oh, I love that. Well, and so it's you bringing on developers is how you get there, right? So yeah, what are those goals, milestones you have at this point to get to that next level?
Well, this is Jono and Daniel. They've been working full steam, meeting weekly to get us on a cloud deployed. Because once again, we don't use external AI models. Most projects have a wrapper, they call an API, it's Grok responding, it's Gemini responding. We don't have that. We've got a local model, but that takes a lot of resources, obviously, and it has to be run continuously. So this is where Jono and Daniel come in. Jono's background he's currently employed at Capitec South Africa. It's one of the top 5 banks in South Africa. And he's responsible for making sure your money is safe in the cloud. And he's doing that for us now. They are building everything I built locally into AWS so that and this is so that we can scale. I can't go off spending thousands of dollars on marketing if I can't handle 1,000, 2,000 users. I know that seems me reaching big for how many users, but it's possible. But we need to be prepared for that, and that's where Jono and them come in. And they've got extensive. So they've got extensive experience in that, and that's what they're doing. So yeah.
Muted there. So Jonathan, or Jono? Do you call him Jono?
I call him Jono, but it's Jonathan.
I like it. Yeah, Jono. So when did you start with the team here?
I think it was like just more than a month ago.
Yeah,
pretty damn recent.
Yeah. But he has been telling me about the project along the way. I might have been a bit resistant to joining the team, but when he showed me the product, he showed me the MVP. It was very close to my heart. Just because I'll give some background. I want to do machine learning in the medical industry one day. If I go back into academia. And this looks like a good way just to see what's out there and what we can build to help people. And that's without further studying. But eventually, I do want to go back into academia. And just a bit more personal backstory. Like Vian said, how do we recognize emotions via text? How do we know the person's tone or whatever? And that got my interest way back in 2018 already. So when he showed me this product and he showed me the chat and how they've been training the model, how they've been testing the model, I was like, wow, this is actually golden. You are building a great thing here that can actually help people, you know? So just taking the crypto aspect like away from everything, because I'm more on the machine learning part. I want to have this model produce the best output. I want the data to be secure, all of that stuff. And we face a lot of like regulation at the bank, audits and everything. So that's where Vian sort of approached me like, okay, how do I actually get this product out there so that if an external auditor comes in, it's going to pass the audit. How do we build that resilience? How do we build that operational excellency? So yeah, that's sort of what I'm here for, what I'm doing. But my main interest is just having this counselor be the best it can be. And I just want to say kudos to the vibe code over here. He understands it with no, yeah, his background is law. So I'm really impressed by what he's built and I'm really happy to be part of this team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's cool here, and it's like the product and it's the tech of it that got you excited, that like won you over, where you wanted to be a part of it. Is the crypto side, is that newer for you, and is that anything that does that have you hesitating getting involved with a project because there is a token? I've always been curious about this from builders because there used to be the stigma, which is gone now, right? But always been curious how people feel about the token.
It's new in the sense that I haven't been part of a Web3 company, but I mean, I've been buying crypto over the years. I am a holder of certain cryptos. I'm not going to shill any other coins except MIA, but I've never.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I've been trying to convince him to sell his XRP and buy it.
Yeah.
And he did some, but he loves his XRP.
People love Ripple, dude.
Yeah.
They love it. I get it. I get why.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. All right, so you're an experienced crypto bro too. I love to see it. By the way, Heath, thank you very much, dude. I don't think we've seen super stickers happen on the show before. That's really cool. So thank you for that, man. Appreciate that a ton. And I thank you as well, man. That's super cool. I got to look on the YouTube side and see what that even looks like. That's kind of new to me, but I appreciate you guys a ton. Man, really, really cool. So I mean, we're going to do an announcement here today too. Maybe now is a good time for it. I still have some questions I want to get to about tech, but let's get to the meat of it if you're ready for it.
Sure thing. But yeah, the reason why we are here today, and you're hearing it first here now, is that we are partnering with Slam Nation, CryptoSlam. So the previous airdrop that we did was for stakers, virtual stakers. Obviously, you know now they've taken away those contracts. They won't be in use anymore. And in any event, you just got points for that. And you all know the thing about points. So what we're doing now is this time we are looking at your wallet reputations in terms of Emma. So we will do our airdrops based on your reputation. So for the first one, we decided to give it up until B minus. We got to be generous for the first one. That includes most of our holders. I already did initial snapshots. By the way, the data are super cool, and I'll get to the reason why I decided to do this. But basically, we got a lot of stats, and most of our users are B minus and up, and so by giving the airdrop, the first one for B minus and up, most of the OG holders are included. And that was our intention, is to really just reward the people who's been there since prototype days. Because those of you who don't know, once again, we launched via prototype. So it was a completely different token. The old stats from that token doesn't even carry over to the new token. It was quite difficult for us to get that data by ourselves. I would have basically had to build my own algorithms and way to score it. And yes, I could vibe code that, but I was busy vibe coding other stuff. and Jono and them are busy with that. So I've been using the CryptoSlam extension for quite a while, because I made a tweet once where someone sold like a lot, like $2,000 or something. And I went onto Deck Screener and it said that guy's IQ is an idiot. And as much as it's not nice, probably, but I enjoyed seeing that. At least it made me feel a bit better. It wasn't someone smart scored who sold. And in fact, I saw average plus or plus traders then buy after he sold. So that made me feel like, okay, these are guys who also, you know, they know what they're doing. They also see what I'm trying to tell people. So that's it's been nice for me. But when I went deeper into the API docs, you get to wallet reputation scoring, and they've got like full on from A to F and a little description. I'm not sure if Hudah could maybe open up the API docs on his screen. There we go. So yeah, that's the scoring, and we're gonna do our first airdrop based on B minus for the first one. So everyone up into that. Initially, it was about 200 holders. So we'll see how it looks now. There's been a lot of trading. That's why I said be mindful of your scores, because it might just come in handy soon. This will be the first airdrop, and then we join Slam Nation as a builder. So we intend to continue using this model as how we airdrop, and not just for airdrop, but other data as well. Because when you throw this in an Excel sheet, you're able to get some pretty nice graphs. You're able to see, okay, I really want more A traders, people who buy more after entry and they hold long, more than 90 days. Let's strive for that. So I'm going to reward people who's got an A score, and only so then that could be some type of like a goal you can have. And as we all know, everyone likes to do something every day, especially when everything is ready. You would feel like you want to do something at least. So maybe you can go and check your score. We don't have that dashboard yet, but we plan to integrate it into our token dashboards to be able, so that users can check their EMA score as well. We'll probably do a leaderboard. But once again, this is all for the token, so the EMA token. But so we need you to understand that we have a distinction internally between our users. We've got our traders or our investors, and then we've got our users. So our goal is obviously our users should also become investors, and our investors should also become users. That is why we do stuff like this. That is not necessarily related to mental health, but doing this, giving people this ability, can give us, it helps us grow to be able to develop more. And eventually we can gamify the system where we basically pay you to talk to Dr. Emma. So you would get the score, daily logins, and then based on the rating, you would get, for instance, Emma back on your subscription amount. Hopefully to a point where if you do enough tasks, good enough score, at the end of the day, it doesn't cost you much. And then the token would obviously also be there in the future for discounts on follow-up consultations and so forth. So with that distinction being made, that's why we are doing airdrops like this, because we haven't made any deals with Coles or any advertisements. That is definitely in the line, but up until now we haven't done any of that. It's literally all been people who believed in our product, they bought some Emma tokens and they pushed it over the 400k market cap to bond us. So we want to say thank you and continue saying thank you for people that actually trade Emma, and like a rewards program, but a bit more in a crypto. We're not going to give you points. We're going to airdrop PEMA, which is a wrapped version of Emma, the Peapod's wrapped version of Emma. So that's a yield-bearing thing that you can unwrap to Emma and whatnot. So that's the idea here, is because PEMA is not public on the UI yet on Peapod's Finance. If you get an airdrop, you'll also, if you decide, you could interact with the pod, wrap your Emma into more PEMA. The APR is quite low because it's only been me and the pods. But as I'm going to start doing payments, because once I start getting calls and whatnot in, I will pay in USD coin, obviously, but also partly PMR. And so the user can then decide if they want to unwrap or wrap or do whatever. And every action in the pod creates yield for PMR holders and leverage fatality holders. So that's the idea behind it, that if we use EMA for payments and they decide to immediately sell the airdrop, then even our pod holders would get some yield at least because of that action, and it creates a little arbitrage. So we're just trying to maximize everything around the token so that our holders could get most out of it possibly. Because having long-term holders just helps us expand more, grow bigger, obviously. And hopefully I can get Jono 6 more developers that he can give tasks to eventually, or something like, so that's the end point here and what we want to do. So that's PMI.
That's the dream, man. And you've, like you said, organically been working your way towards it. And that's still the trajectory I see you remaining on, because you do this so smartly and you've got that patience. And you're, again, the organic thing, I think, is what can fuel this to be sustainable. This is interesting. I wasn't super familiar with the P pods thing, so I need to read up on it. I dropped a link to this post in the chat because I'm sure you guys are curious too. This is super interesting. I will say though, like, dude, when we first made Wallet DNA, like, light bulb for me goes off, because I'm like, guys, we got this Cato thing blowing up, and we're talking months ago. Like, Cato's blowing up, and actually, you kind of talked about this too, like KOLs, right? You got all these KOLs out there shilling stuff, and what happens more often than not, and we've learned this now, is they get paid, they dump their tokens, or their followers, right, that get into whatever the project, dump their tokens, and we're like, we build this. I'm like, guys, this is the fix. This is how you do those airdrops and get those rewards into the hands of not just people looking to farm the thing and make a quick buck. You put it in the people who believed in the product, right? Because you find them by that reputation that you referenced. You can see who is in early, and you can factor that in, that you see the guys who have stuck around and accumulated. And that doesn't mean, reputation doesn't mean you can't sell, by the way. If you sell, you don't necessarily take a hit to your reputation. If you're still there and holding, staking, buying, right? If you're a net positive to the ecosystem is really what it's measuring. And so being able to target those people who have been there for that length of time, who've supported the ecosystem and have held and have taken profits along the way, just targeting them is that's that sweet spot. That's where you find that balance between the project's needs and then keeping the holders kind of fed in a way too, right? So I was super happy to hear you guys were using reputation to do that airdrop. And I think everybody should use it. Again, I think that's how you target the perfect audience. But
I mean, if you see someone as an F, I'm not going to send you EMA tokens. Why would I send you EMA tokens? Because, if I see someone as an A, sure, take all of it. Continue, please. Don't let me stop you. So this really helps. And of course, we want everyone to make a profit. Being in the mental health industry, the last thing we want is for someone to become depressed or sad about their EMA holdings. So, like, we want everyone to be able to make money off of this as well, and just be able to have their position really grow over time, which is why we are doing the P-Pods pod with the reputation. Because when I send to B minus, I take a calculated risk based on that data that will lead to an answer that says most probably this person, when he receives this, will like it so much they will most probably buy more. Yep. And that's what happened with Oops. You got Oops in your wallet every single day. I didn't even know what Oops was until I got so much Oops. I started thinking, what is this? So not saying that we're going to do that with Emma, but we're going to do targeted reward-based airdrop. And this model will change over time, but we will still get data. I like data a lot. And so this is perfect for me. I can spend hours in a Google Sheet playing around with pivot tables and having all this data made it really fun. So I even figured out how to build app scripts. So I started building app scripts that imports data to my Google Sheets and like updates it automatically. So I'm so excited to add this API to the rewards.
That's wild.
And this is just frameworks for a leaderboard. eventually. Once again, people want to log in, claim their little thing. I logged in today, but hopefully, as much as it sounds like a gimmick, if we get one user out of that 10 that only logs on, that actually uses the agent for what we meant it, then I feel we did what we came to accomplish here. So this is just an added bonus. And being a DJ myself, I like receiving airdrops. So yeah.
Keeps people engaged. It does. That you got me thinking too. So like we had an Arbus campaign where we also used wallet DNA, and we gave like multipliers on the rewards based on your tier. And we had the numbers to show that when you airdrop to them, there was like a 20-something% higher retention, as in people got it and didn't sell. And we had a direct comparison to when we airdrop before, not targeting reputation, X number, X percentage sold. When we did target reputation, X number, X percentage, like again, 20% higher, did not sell. Like you noticeable difference. I personally haven't looked at the other thing you mentioned, which is targeting an airdrop to a reputation and how many of them bought. I think that'd be so freaking interesting to dive into, right? Who bought more after the airdrop? I need to look at that, and maybe the team has already run these numbers and we got them, but if not, I'd be so curious to start seeing numbers around that. But yeah, just so much you can do with it, and again, getting your tokens in the hands of those just different kind of quality holders is so important to a team, and this is how you do it.
So when we did our staking airdrop, we never announced or told people to go and stake Emma via the virtual staking contract, just because it was for points. Points was fizzling out. What's the point if they're just anyway going to have to unstake it soon? So there was only about 24 people who actually did stake out of their own. So I really knew, like, these people who staked it, these 24 people, like, they must be such big believers. There's no way they're going to sell it. And none of them did sell their PMA. I don't know if it's because maybe they don't know how to do it, but that was completely successful. So when we didn't have that staking anymore, we needed a new data source. And that's what led us to this now.
Yeah. Okay. So then to be clear, then you don't have to be staked to qualify for this airdrop?
No. Staking is not, there is no staking. There's the PMA pod that you can wrap your EMA into. So how the pod works is you can wrap into PMA, and then that burns a little PMA. So it creates a price discrepancy. So there's arbitrage opportunities for bots, and every action in the pod burns EMA. So at the end of the day, where you wrap 1-to-1 EMA, unwrapping 1 PMA gets you 1.5 EMA, for instance. But there's a 5-day cooldown. So there's a 1.2% fee if you unwrap your tokens and take it immediately. You pay a 1.2% fee. But if you wait a week, you waive the fee and you get more EMA. So then you don't pay that 1.2% fee, and you get out more EMA. That's the yield, is you get more EMA than the PMA that you received. So you might receive so much PMA now, but if you unwrap it and actually wait the 5 days, you get more PMA, you get more EMA, and that's your yield at the end of the day. But we don't lock users in. If EMA's prices are really high right now, unwrap it right now, take the little bit of 1.2% fee and lock in your profit if you want to. But you have to obviously then make sure that, like, it's a big enough profit that the 1.2% fee doesn't cut into that. But that's the idea behind it. Even when I'm gonna start getting marketing and paying people for marketing, I'm gonna pay in PMA, vested PMA. We also listed on Sablia, so you can find EMA on Sablia now. I'm gonna set up vest for the bigger milestone PMA payments that we do. So we're trying to keep it all. I'm on Twitter a lot, so I see what the people go on about and what they like. So I see something, I consider if it's something that could benefit us, and then I decide to implement it. And Sablia is definitely something that could benefit us. Just that transparency once it goes live. So that helps even more.
Yeah, really, really smart. When are you planning? Yeah, what's your target date for airdrop? Like, is it too late for people right now? I would assume reputation wise, if somebody goes and buys a bag of Emma right now, I don't think your reputation would be well. Actually, hang on, I B minus. I can't tell you guys right now if you buy now that means B minus reputation, but
The thing is, though, this airdrop is meant B minus. You will probably not get a B minus because you haven't been holding for a long time. It's so new. There's no data to rate you on. So no, but it will definitely get you there for the next airdrop. So initially we plan to do it every 3 weeks. I won't be confirming or making that like it's going to be every 3 weeks. This depends on the Emma tokens performance as well. As I've said, it's all self-funded. When I get fees in, I do buybacks. I wrap it into PMA and I send it into a wallet. There's about 12 million PMA there that I want to use for airdrops. Once that's done, I'll see how it went, how much more am I bought with buybacks, and then continue doing that. So that's the idea with it. The airdrop will be this week, the first one. And then after that, we look to maybe 3 weeks after that, 2 weeks even. Once again, I'm going to see how it goes and find our rhythm and then go with that for as long as it's working.
I love it. And I'm with you, dude. The transparency, you always get it with this guy. So it's great. It all sounds great. Good tech, they say. I definitely say it, man. I love it, dude. I love everything you're doing. Any final words, any final little thoughts before we get out of here?
Try out Emma. If you're on the base app, the beta one, dremmasage.base.ethereum, exactly like her Twitter handle. You can go chat to her. If you don't hold Emma, you've got a freemium tier. Go find it out. Make sure you're part of the next airdrop. I'm really going to try and make it as rewarding as possible, while being sustainable for long-term growth of our treasury. Because obviously the treasury is bootstrapped. I'm building it up from the start, piece by piece by piece over a long time, just like counseling that you do over a long time. So I think I'll probably just end with that.
That's great. All right. Come back on whenever. I always say it, right? And especially for you guys. Dude, and I think you're now, at least on this version of the show, the Swarm Report, I think you are now our most returned guest, right? I think this is your 3rd time on. So it's a cool milestone and we'll keep doing it too. So next update, next airdrop, next whatever. Anytime you want to say hi, come on in and say what's up to the chat and let us know what you guys are cooking. And Jono, it's great to meet you, man. Same applies to you. Come back on.
Thank you so much. Last words from me. You guys have glorious beards. I wish I can grow a beard like you.
I don't call it my beard. It's my fidget toy. So
spot on, dude. Yeah. We'll do the final shills, guys. Make sure you're following Dr. Emma Sage on X. It's at Dr. Emma Sage, and definitely go try it out. Telegram. Where's the best place? The base app, yes, but Telegram too.
Telegram via ACP is the one that's live right now. Via beta app, it's beta. That's our groundbreaking new, same model, totally different interface. Obviously, there might be some quirks, but it's ready for your chats. You can go over it. I would just like to show the Swarm extension as well. You should really try and use that data. It's super awesome. Everything you can see extra than what you used to see. So yeah, that's it from me.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, and coming soon via terminal, but that terminal's going to have a whole. Scott on our team, you guys have met him, but he always says this is maybe 20% of the data, and it's a lot. There's so much more behind the scenes. All of that coming really, really soon. So more to come. Again, follow Dr. Emma Sage. You can follow CryptoSage Senior right here as well. I'll also drop that in the chat in a second here. Follow SlamAI_XYZ, and this is where that data is all coming from, where these products are being powered by Slam Nation, powered by SlamAI data. Again, if you're a builder and you want to tap into the data, come join us in Slam Nation. We'll give you credits to access it. We'll get you on the show too. We're going to do this together. I can't wait. On CryptoSlam, there's a pinned tweet and a form to fill out. Come fill it out. Come join. We got a lot of fun ahead of us. Thank you again, boys. It was a blast.
Thanks, Hudah. Have a good one. Cheers.
You too.
Thank you so
We'll see you
much.
guys later.
Cheers.
Of course. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We'll see you back here. Goodbye. Oh, and thank you guys for those super chats and all. Very cool. We'll see you tomorrow.